Facebook has announced measures to fight voter suppression and hate speech amid criticism they failed to stem an advertising boycott. To explain, let's bring in Business in Vancouver's Haley Wooden. Good morning, Haley. So what are these new measures and what's the reaction been to them?
The measures are being seen as fairly weak measures, perhaps too little, too late. Facebook has said it's following in the steps of Twitter and it's going to label content that violates its policies. So, for example, a piece of content that is deemed to include hate speech may be allowed to remain on the platform because Facebook says it's newsworthy, but will be labeled as a violation of its policies. It has also said it will remove any kind of content that takes away the rights of voters to vote or in any way kind of manipulates voters or is deemed to be voter suppression. But the response has been, like I said, too little, too late, and companies, some of the biggest brands in the world, continue to say that they're going to take a pause from advertising on social media platforms. The list is nearly 100 major companies long and includes brands such as Coca-Cola, Unilever, which is the world's biggest advertiser, and Starbucks. To give a bit of context, Facebook gets about 98% of its revenue from ads, so the boycott designed to hit Facebook where it will certainly hurt financially.
Haley, let's shift gears now to a ruling involving Uber drivers in Ontario. What was that decision and how could it impact drivers here in BC?
This is a significant decision from the Supreme Court of Canada that agreed with a lower court ruling in Ontario that Uber drivers do have the ability to take their disputes to court. Now, Uber was arguing that based on its contracts that it has with drivers, they need to resolve their disputes via a fairly costly arbitration process in the Netherlands. The courts essentially agreed that with the driver that was an unenforceable part of the contract and really wasn't fair to drivers, quite a power imbalance there. So it means that a potential $400 million class action lawsuit in Ontario can proceed in courts if it is certified, and that has implications for drivers across the country who argue that they should be afforded certain employee standard rights as opposed to being treated as contractors.
All right, Business in Vancouver's Haley Wooden joining us this morning. Haley, thanks as always.
Thank you, Neetu.